All right. Welcome, everybody, back to another edition of the Manwich Show with your host, Rich. But before we get started, let me play my disclaimer.
The views, opinions, and representations expressed are those of the hosts, guests, and participants, and are not necessarily those of or endorsed by management, other hosts, or advertisers of the network. The show is found on the
Manwich.
Manwich, the regular, original.
Dig in, guys.
Can, but do not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only.
Ta-da!
And are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. Good evening, or morning, depending on your time zone. From the Pacific to the Atlantic to you worldwide. Get yourself a cup of Java and find a comfy, easy chair. And get ready for my Manwich on Podcast Talk Radio After Dark. And now,
it's Rich.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! All right, today's episode is the first day of Trump in office and a small portion of his inauguration. Having said that, let's get into it.
And now to the second inauguration of Donald Trump. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. You're watching Late News tonight. I'm Luke Clary.
All right,
and
Luke.
as we take a live look at the White House in Washington, D.C., In less than the Capitol, rather, in Washington, D.C. In less than 24 hours, the United States will have a new president. President-elect Donald Trump returns to the White House with an unconventional indoor swearing-in ceremony because of the frigid temperatures in D.C. He otherwise plans to kick off his second term with a stack of executive actions. ABC's Christian Cordero has the details from Capitol Hill.
The stage is set for President-elect Donald Trump's return to the White House. After months-long preparations on the National Mall, single-digit temperatures forced Trump's swearing-in ceremony to the Capitol Rotunda. Supporters who made the trip to D.C. will now watch from inside the nearby Capital One Arena.
We were coming to the rally anyway, so I'm excited to be able to see him and support.
I'm ready to have this world turned around, and it's been a long 4 years, and I'm ready.
At the Inauguration Eve rally, USA! Kid Rock and the Village People performed alongside Trump's signature dance. The president-elect then doubling down on a series of campaign promises.
We're all going to be sworn in together.
Top officials tell ABC News Trump plans to take more than 200 executive actions on his first day in office under one document in what they are calling an omnibus executive action.
Oh, you're going to have a lot of fun watching television tomorrow. Somebody said yesterday, sir, don't sign so many in one day. Let's do it over a period of weeks. I said, like hell, we're going to do it over weeks. We're going to sign them at the beginning.
Among the potential declarations, a national emergency on the U.S.-Mexico border, rescinding any DEI or gender-related directives from the Biden administration, and repealing rules on electric vehicles. He's also expected to delay the ban on TikTok by 90 days, a ban Trump supported and acted on 4 years ago. Congress passed the ban into law with bipartisan support, citing national security concerns, and the Supreme Court unanimously upheld the law. The app went dark in the U.S. on Saturday ahead of the ban taking effect. It returned for users hours later with a message thanking Trump. It's unclear how the TikTok ban will be resolved long term. Its CEO has a front row seat to Trump's swearing-in ceremony at the Capitol. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Christian, thank you. Now from California to Washington, D.C., many traveled across the country to witness the inauguration in person. While the event itself moved indoors, those supporters were still feeling the excitement of being part of a historic moment. ABC 10's Garshpal Sangha spoke with a few Californians on how they will take in the historic day.
Changes and modifications are what many supporters face, looking to take in history.
The whole vibe in Washington, D.C. this week has just been amazing.
Through it all, Kimberly Hunt from Elk Grove has made the most of her trip, taking in President-elect Donald Trump's victory rally, even as she, her fiancé, and friends had to wait in line for 9 hours.
Literally had rain, snow, and hail in line. It's just like we went through it all. It's been an iconic time in history.
While she originally planned to attend the swearing-in ceremony, she'll now be watching it from a hotel.
We're all excited about what our future is now.
Meanwhile, Matthew Harmon, the chairman of the Capitol Lincoln Club, is watching the inauguration from the Capital One Arena. He traveled from Rockland, spoke with us overlooking the White House and the Washington Monument, and says despite the changes, he wouldn't have missed it.
And there were other people that backed out once they found out they couldn't attend that inauguration in person. It was be moved. People backed out. I still would have came. Love it.
Harmon is optimistic about the future, both for California and the country. Assemblyman Tom Lackey, who was invited by a member of Congress,
we're very, very excited to witness,
is experiencing his first inauguration in Washington, D.C., as he soaks in the atmosphere and believes the event represents much-needed opportunity for Americans to unite.
A lot of difficulties that are surrounding us right now, and we're much stronger and we're much better when we can define ourselves by our common interest.
Despite the unexpected changes, many optimistic about taking in a pivotal time in American history.
I'm so glad we did it.
In a time of division, all three sharing a message of unity, hoping Americans can come together and move forward. Reporting in Sacramento, Garshpal Sangha, ABC 10.
Garshpal, thank you. And ABC 10 will have live coverage starting tomorrow of Donald Trump's inauguration. Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance are scheduled to be sworn in at 9 in the morning and then followed by the official farewell for President Biden and Vice President Harris. You can stick with us all day for coverage on our ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app.
First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border. All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the
I didn't say
places
nothing there in the
from
first
which they
video,
came.
but I let that
We
man
will
talk.
reinstate my
Millions and millions of
remain
people.
in
That's
Mexico policy.
I think that's too much.
I will end the practice of catch and release.
Now that should be
And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my remain in Mexico policy.
That's crazy. I mean, I agree with it. I just
I will end the practice
how
of
it's
catch
worded,
and
remain
release.
in Mexico policy.
And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. Under the orders I signed today, we will also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations.
We heard him talk about a national emergency on the southern border. He's going to.
But they keep playing these. I don't know why they keep playing these videos back to back. I don't have my settings set to just go back and forth. That must just be for ABC. Okay, we're going to go to the next video. Come on now, let the man sit down. Oh, the man don't want to sit down. He wants to stand up.
We went to the helicopter. It was freezing.
He said he stands when he pees.
The sun is a little deceptive.
Yes, it is.
So what would you like us to do?
Sign your orders.
Official documents.
Okay, I assume they're going to be happy with these documents?
Yeah, they're just, might not be here.
Oh, Schumer's there.
Sir, the first is 22 cabinet and cabinet level appointments for your signature.
Okay.
What is he, in fact, signing? Let's go. Rock and roll. Okay. Tell us on the Manwich Show.
The next one will be, excuse me. The next one will be 47 sub-cabinet level appointments, sir.
But you don't have to sign 47 times.
Thank you, sir. Now 31 acting designations and appointments to effectively take control of the government.
Let's do that.
That's important.
That's important, isn't it?
And we have 15 commission chairman and acting chairman appointments.
Send here.
Commission chairman and acting chairman.
He was number one at Harvard also. Yeah. You know that?
Good counsel.
They have something in common.
Thank you, sir. Lastly, we have a proclamation ordering that on all future inauguration days, including this inauguration day, that flags shall be flown at full mast.
Very important.
Oh, they raised the flags. He didn't like that. The guy on the left, I don't think he liked that one. I don't know.
That was a beautiful place to have an inauguration tonight. The sound was so good. The temperature was 72 degrees, but the sound was so good. So maybe something to think about.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good acoustics. Yes.
All right. Now
Thank you.
we go to lunch.
Great. Very
Nice
good.
to meet you. Thank you very much. There we go. Take that. All right. See you. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
What's he handing out? Cigars? What are those?
Very
Pens?
nice. Very nice. Beautiful custom.
Mr. President,
It goes back as long as helicopters. Before that, it was a stagecoach. But I thought it was beautiful. Thank you. Great job. Great job. Thank you. Check.
Look how polite he is, man. Come on.
Well, I'm not going to discuss it now. I think it was unfortunate that he did that. We won't discuss it now. There's plenty of time to discuss it.
thank you very much, guys.
Should we go to lunch?
Yeah.
Very much.
Okay.
Head to lunch.
Ready for lunch?
Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay.
That was 3 times the number of appointments you did in 2017, sir. On day one, plenty of time. Just getting started.
A lot of good work to do.
Well, at least he's not a rookie this time. He's already been in a president 4 years prior. He knows what's going on. I hope. I hope.
Ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas. This just happening within the past few moments or so. I want to bring in now CBS News contributor Robert Berger. He is live in Jerusalem.
The 21st
Robert, I want to go
century.
over some of the terms of this agreement. 33 hostages expected to be released from Hamas in the coming days. How soon could we see these hostages released? We're talking about women, children, and senior citizens expected to be among those who are released this weekend.
Well, this is a 6-week ceasefire, so we're going to see a gradual release of these hostages, perhaps in batches of 3 or 4, with the several days in between. The hope is that the first release of 3 hostages could take place as early as Sunday.
Hostages long ago.
And also, too, with this agreement, Palestinians will be released from Israeli custody. What can you tell us about that?
But too soft.
We think the number is around 1,000 Palestinian prisoners that would be released over this 6 weeks, this 6-week ceasefire.
And
that
Trump
includes minors, women, and also some militants who are serving life sentences for deadly terrorist attacks on Israelis. That, of course, doesn't sit well with the Israeli public, but what people are saying is, the government too, is that that's the price you have to pay to get those Israeli hostages home. And let's point out, 33 is only about a third of the Israeli hostages held in Gaza.
This is a big win for the Biden administration, just less than a week until a new administration takes over. But Margaret Brennan brought up a really interesting point that this deal was actually brokered by members of the Biden team, but also the Trump team, too. What can you tell us about that?
New news.
Well, there's been Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff.
This is supposed to be new news.
Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders.
Okay, that's what that was.
With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense. It's all about common sense.
May the Lord bless this to be so.
First, I will declare a national emergency at our southern border. all illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came. We will reinstate my Remain in Mexico policy. I will end the practice of catch and release. And I will send troops to the southern border to repel the disastrous invasion of our country. We'll also be designating the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. And by invoking the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, I will direct our government to use the full and immense power of federal and state law enforcement to eliminate the presence of all foreign gangs and criminal networks, bringing devastating crime to U.S. soil, including our cities and inner cities. As Commander-in-Chief, I have no higher responsibility than to defend our country from threats and invasions, and that is exactly what I am going to do. We will do it at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Next, I will direct all members of my cabinet to marshal the vast powers at their disposal to defeat what was record inflation and rapidly bring down costs and prices. The inflation crisis was caused by massive overspending and escalating energy prices, and that is why today I will also declare a national energy emergency. We will drill, baby, drill.
Okay, all right, okay. For those of you who want to get into a career, there you go. Oil drilling, offshore, big money, big money, big money. I've been told, big money. If I could do it, I would do it. And last but not least, no, last and least, Biden's farewell. Now, if you notice, Kamala Harris's husband, he was upset when Obama was talking with Trump, but he shows that here that he don't have any grudges against Trump personally. He's upset with the Democratic Party because my opinion is that he feels that they betrayed his wife, that they set Kamala Harris up for failure. And you look at the campaign trail that she had, I mean, that was for the 20th and 21st century, that was the worst presidential campaign trail for candidate running for office. Horrible. But I'm a Trumper, so it is what it is. So I wouldn't have wanted her to be president. You need somebody strong. Man, it's loud.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
So there you have it for his first day sworn in office. He's going to fix the border. He's going to fix the border. He's going to send soldiers to the border. He's going to remove people that aren't legal citizens of the U.S. And he's going to place cartels he's going to label them as terrorist networks. You know, it's surprising that that wasn't done previous, given what are already labeled as terrorist networks. But having said that, it's been fun. I've got to run. I've got to make this into a video. And for you who are watching it, it's now the video. Having said that, everybody have a good night. And till we meet again, Lord willing. Oh, and by the way, always make your vibe #Manwich.
You have to say it, baby. And us in Texas, you wanna try, baby. I know you can, I know your heart, and you will figure out you love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. You love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. Figure